Hi there, I hope you're doing great. This is Dr. Melissa Ochoa. In this lesson, I will talk about an effective guide for goal setting. In the previous lesson, I mentioned that goal setting is one of the most important parts to achieve the life of your dreams. So in this lesson, I would like to explain some strategies used in NLP coaching, neuro-linguistic programming coaching, that are proven to be very effective for goal achievement. So I hope that you find them also very useful for you, for your life, and especially that you put them in practice from today so you're on the road to success. So I hope you enjoy this video and see you there. So here we are. Goal setting is essential for achieving your dream life. Having a clear vision of where you want to go and how your destination looks like is essential. Otherwise, it's like sailing on a boat without a clear direction. You will probably never arrive nowhere, or you will arrive somewhere you didn't want to go. How do I know that goal setting works and actually causes you to achieve your goals? There's a part of your brain that is called the reticular activating system. Here it is. This is the part of your brain, the reticular activating system, which brings to your awareness all of the bits of experience that you related in some way to what you're looking to achieve and blanks out most of the rest. So, when you put your attention onto a particular thing, more of that thing tends to show up in your experience. When you set a small, congruent goal and act as if you've already achieved it, the areas shines its light on all the information that's in some way relevant to what you want. It deletes, distorts, and generalizes the information stemming into your nervous system, so that you only notice what you need to notice, and it leads to many different ways of reaching your goal that you might not have even been aware of before. So it's very important, this information. In a study, they divided people into 5 groups. Group number 1, people were asked to simply think about their goals and to rate each goal according to a number of criteria, such as difficulty and importance, skills and resources, and commitment and motivation. Group number 2 to 5, they were asked to write their goals and then rate them in the same way as in group number 1. Group number 3 was asked to write action commitments for each goal as well. Group number 4 had to write action commitments and then share them with a friend. And group number 5, all of the above, plus sending a weekly progress report to a friend. The results of the study showed that group number 1 only achieved 43% of their goals. Group number 4 accomplished 64% of their stated goals, and group number 5, 76% of their goals were accomplished. This study provides empirical evidence for the effectiveness of 3 coaching tools: accountability, commitment, and writing down one's goals. Now I want to talk about the SMART model that you can use for goal setting. This model was originally created by Peter Drucker. He noticed that many of his clients weren't achieving the success and profitability that they desired, and this was a direct consequence of not having well-formed outcomes, goals, specific objectives that they wanted to achieve. So he introduced them to a new way of achieving their goals more easily and effortlessly. Even when people do create specific goals, they very often don't achieve them in the way that they were set out to. And the main reason is that they don't express their goals in a way that works. There is a way that dramatically increases the probability that you achieve it, the SMART criteria for goal setting. So, S for specific means that your goals can't be too specific. The more specific you can make them, the more you will increase your chances of fully realizing them. When you state your goals in an ambiguous, non-specific way, it doesn't give your unconscious mind anything to grasp. When you set your goals, you need to be so specific that there is no doubt in your unconscious mind to know exactly what it is you want to achieve, and probably you will get a bit uncomfortable with the level of specificity. Yeah, if it gets easy, then get more specific. Imagine your conscious mind, the captain of the ship, for example. He needs to give instructions very simply to the crew, the unconscious mind, so they can understand it. The goal should be expressed in a way that is very simple, obvious, and direct. For example, you have to say, I want to achieve $100,000 in profit in my business after taxes for this day, for the 30th of December of next year, for example. So it has to be very, very specific. You need to give the subconscious mind the necessary evidence so it knows when the goal is achieved. How will you know when you have achieved the goal? What is the criteria? What the real world evidence is going to be? And you need to be very, very specific. What are you going to see, hear, feel, taste and smell? What are you going to be saying to yourself in your mind in the moment that your goal is achieved, so you know without any doubt that you have achieved that goal, and you need to create a rich internal representation of that. The moment of achievement needs to be as detailed and vivid as possible in order to bring it to life to the unconscious mind. What you will see, how you will be feeling, visualize yourself with your goal already achieved. And you do that by deciding exactly how are you going to measure using sensory-based evidence. The goal needs to be meaningful to you. For that, you can ask yourself the question, is this goal in keeping with who I am? Is it in alignment with the sense of who I am? One of the things you need to do in order to motivate your unconscious to move you towards your goals is to bring those goals alive. The goal needs to be something very attractive to the unconscious mind, something that pulls your mind towards it, so that it's willing to do whatever is necessary to get you toward your goal. So, if you want to be motivated and inspired to achieve your goal and to keep the energy for going at it, it needs to be meaningful to you. As if you already have it, this is very critical element on the SMART criteria. Your goal should be expressed as if you have already achieved it, as if you are already enjoying the results of achieving that goal. And use the present tense in your goal statement. Instead of, for example, I will become a millionaire, say, I have just become a millionaire. In all areas of life, what effect will achieving your goal will have in all areas of your life? One of the purposes of life coaching, for example, is to help people achieve a more balanced life, to improve their work-life balance, to get into balance in personal development, family, friends, health and fitness, finances, and money. Achievable means that you have to believe that a goal is achievable, because if you don't believe that something is achievable, that will have a significant impact on whether you do or you don't achieve. If you don't believe that your goal is achievable, it is highly unlikely that you will even get started, let alone achieve it. If for some reason you have a goal that you really desire and for some reason you believe it is not achievable, go out and find some people who have already achieved that goal and learn about how they went about achieving that goal. Realistic is not the same as achievable. To earn $1 million in 1 year is achievable, but is that realistic for me? Probably not so realistic. When you think about your goal or outcome, ask yourself the question, what degree of certainty do I have that I can get this happen? If your goal is totally realistic for you, the degree of certainty would be 100%. If it is less than 100%, then there are probably some limiting beliefs, and there are techniques for dealing with that easily and effortlessly. Other questions you should ask yourself: is my goal possible? Is this something that can happen? Am I capable of making this happen? Capability is about skills, and if you haven't got the skills yet, all you need to do is go and acquire them. If your answer is 100% of certainty that it's possible and that you have the capabilities, then that goal is totally realistic for you. Responsibility. A lot of people have goals for other people. My goal is to change my husband's behavior so that he behaves in a different way. That's not a goal that you're responsible for. You may wish they change their behavior, but they might not want to. So the question is, are you responsible for making your goal happen 100%? Is it owned by you? Are you and no one else responsible for making it happen? For example, your goal may be to get a pay raise. Even if you can influence some aspects, are you responsible for taking the decision of your company to give you a pay raise? If your answer is no, then you're not responsible for the goal. Ecological. What would the consequences be for you when you achieve that goal? What would the consequences be for other people that you care about when you achieve that goal? What would the consequences be for the environment, for the planet, when you get your goal? We're all connected. We're all part of the interconnected web of life of this planet. We're all interconnected at a deep unconscious level as well, and if your unconscious mind is there to preserve you and to keep you safe, and if you have a goal that damages the planet, your unconscious mind sabotages that goal. Time and towards. Time is the point on which you have achieved your goal, and that means a specific time, the actual day, month, year, and for some goal it also means the actual time. A question that may come is, for example, what if I'm not precise enough in the time frame? It doesn't mean that you won't achieve your goal, but it might mean that you achieved that goal at such a later point in time that is actually not what you really wanted. If you have a goal of buying a house, for example, if you're specific for when you want that house, you may find that you manifest that house within the time frame that you desired. But by not giving your unconscious mind a specific time frame, it doesn't really know whether or not you should really do what you need to do today, tomorrow, next year, or the year after, because the unconscious mind experiences time in a different way than the conscious mind, and it seems that next year never arrives. Also, because the unconscious mind serves and follows instructions, and also takes the part of least resistance, it's important to be very clear and precise when creating a goal, in order to give the unconscious mind something specific to move towards. So, it's time to get very, very specific with the T in SMART. Towards means that your goals need to be stated in positive, something that you want to move towards. The unconscious mind doesn't process negatives and moves you towards the things that you put your attention on. This is especially relevant when it comes to your unconscious mind and goal setting. A lot of people set their goals around what they don't want rather than what they do want. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to be in debt. But you're putting your attention on the thing that you don't want. It's still there and at the center of your attention. Because your unconscious mind cannot represent negation, if you express your goal in that way, you're more likely to end up with the thing that you don't want. Well, so far I have repeated several times conscious and subconscious mind, so I wanted to add here what's the difference between them. Funny enough, I have this schematic representation of the conscious and the subconscious mind. Of course, nobody has ever seen the mind. This is just schematic. According to this schema, the conscious mind is the prefrontal cortex. So it's the small part of your brain that is often compared to the word awareness. It's the creative mind which can generate free will and can control everything in your entire body. It directs your focus and imagine what is not real. It reflects your wishes and dreams through your whole life. It communicates through thoughts, pictures, writing, speech, or physical movement. It sounds very good, right? The only challenge we as human beings have to face is the fact that we are conscious of only about 5 to 10% of our cognitive activity. On the other hand, the subconscious mind creates reality out of the program. It's the big part of your brain, the original brain, constantly working hard. The subconscious is 1,000,000 times more powerful than the conscious. If it will work for or against you, that's totally up to you. In contrast to the conscious mind, it's not at all creative or playful, it just plays with what it learned in the past. It's like a tape player. It records experiences and then plays them back. It's almost the work desk of your mind. 90 to 95% of your day is driven by that program, by that tape. 90 to 95% of your daily time is lived unconsciously, repeating the same emotions, same thoughts, same words. If you stop learning, if you stop moving, it has nothing to do with being lazy, but everything with facing death for the first time. It's amazing. So, if a program worked out in your past, for example, the subconscious mind will think and tell you that it will work out in your future too. So you better have to stick to this program no matter how stupid or self-destructive it may be. What made Viktor Frankl or Nelson Mandela so different? How was it possible for them to stay positive and optimistic in their situation? I don't know if you know who is Viktor Frankl, but he was in a concentration camp and he was the creator of the logotherapy. He wrote the book Men in Search of the Sense of Life. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend it to you. But so how was it possible for them to stay positive and optimistic in their situation? It's only one word that's truly important for changing your life, the perspective you have for each and every day. It's your decision. It's about learning how to control what you consciously focus on. You're only a prisoner of your own mind and thoughts. Going deeper into energy psychology, for example, EMDR, psychology, EFT, scientists have shown that, in simple words, your body and all your cells are vibrating on a certain energy level. Your thoughts and judgments are not just connected to you, they are connected to the person you talk about to. We are connected to everything that is around us on an energy base. Understanding how to use your subconscious mind through imagination and visualization will give you a complete change in a deeper level. It's not just about positive thinking with your conscious that will change your view of life. While you are sleeping, your consciousness is disconnected. You get into a state of theta. In that state, you have the capacity to learn or adapt beliefs and thoughts like if you were 7 years old, like a young child. So why is that important? Having a program for the night where you simply listen to your vision of happiness, success, love, relationships, financial goals, things you're grateful for, you want to achieve or attract. Having a program listening during the night can really deeply change your life and attract different things. Now, you stop fighting against your own mind, but you start working with your subconscious mind and start creating happiness, health, love, wealth, inner peace, and joy. Other people think it's insane, but it is possible. Being intelligent has nothing to do with your education or your IQ. You are as intelligent as you understand who you are. Get clear about your values and understand how to reprogram, understand how to rewrite your brain. This can really, really help, and I highly recommend it to you. So in conclusion, SMART goals provide a clear roadmap for success and can be adapted to fit any situation or context. Thank you so much for your attention. If you liked what you heard in this video and you want to learn how to unlock the power of transformation, all you need to do is to click the link down below and check out the masterclass. So I say have an excellent day and see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.